Hey everybody, it's Linda and Melissa.
Hi. I'm
Talking
back.
with my buddy. We was chit-chatting. We forgot we were supposed to do a video.
Oh yeah.
When we get together, we talk and talk and talk. So listen, girlfriend, everybody's asking about that Maxwell lady.
He's lame.
Now I'm going to tell you a hit I got, and you talked to your guides too.
Yes, I did, yeah.
But I believe on my previous videos, and I'll find them, I said she would, I remember her taking people down. But then all of a sudden she disappeared and she was out of the picture, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm picking up, first of all, I want to tell everybody, because I got this flash, and when I get flashes, it's usually true. I saw her as an old woman. So I'm not, everybody's worried she might, get snuffed. I saw her as an old woman, and I saw maybe even, I don't know what, she tries to tell somebody her story. There will be no sympathy for her. She will be like the most hated old woman. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a very sad life for her.
Yeah.
And then, so anyway, I wanted to ask your higher ups.
Okay. Got my pendulum.
Okay.
Ready to go.
So tell us about Maxwell. So they're saying they don't want any bail because she's a flight risk.
Yes.
What are you seeing?
Yeah. She's got her attorneys. She's got plenty of money.
They said she went anywhere from 20 million to hundreds of million in her bank account. They've been watching her like a hawk.
Yeah, and she has the same kind of capability as Epstein in terms of blackmail, because that went to her when all that disappeared. I think from his island and he's just got all of that access to everything. So she feels that's why she was able to hide for so long, and she feels pretty brave in a way because she's got the goods, but she's also got a lot of enemies, and she is worried about getting killed. She is worried about meeting the same fate, but she feels she's smarter than Epstein. She feels that she is more cunning, and her allies are better. Like somehow they've gotten more cachet. They will protect her. The people that she has associated herself with. So she feels she is less likely to die in prison. She doesn't think that's going to happen to her. She is worried about going to jail, and she is worried about the wrath of those who may end up coming into the limelight regarding their association with molesting children and that human trafficking. Because they want to be hidden. She's worried that of the rock that overturns, and you're going to see these very. I
bet you Dershowitz is a little bit nervous right now.
I hope so. Oh my God! Every time Dershowitz lies about being fully clothed or in his underwear or something, being massaged, and he lived with Epstein.
Yeah, he was indulging. So I'm going to throw my cards on this too, but I just want to see. And you ask your guides too. Will she take people down with her?
Yes, they're saying yes. Maybe the ones, not the high, they're showing me like an apple tree with gold apples on it, and maybe the lower apples, not the higher apples. Do you know what I mean? The apples, the people she takes down are lower on the hierarchy.
She can call in a favor. I see what you're saying. She thinks she can get the higher ups like they did with Epstein before. Remember, all of a sudden his thing was no big deal, and he was back out on the street.
Yeah. Well, this is it. The ones with the most power, she's going to, the lower fruit, the bottom feeders, the ones that have the least power. Those would be the ones she would throw under the bus first, not the higher ups. Not the ones with because those are the oligarchs, and those are the politicians. But there's lower hanging fruit that she could throw under the bus.
So the outcome card for me with her, will she throw under the bus? Absolutely. And the tower means it's even more than we thought.
Yeah, but the lower hanging fruit are politicians and are wealthy people, but just not like there's a hierarchy of of like Putin or you know, I don't know, like they're high up on that tree, but there's lower hanging fruit that indulged, and they may be the sacrifices that come out so that the other ones can be protected. Allegedly Putin, sorry.
Right, right. If you guys hear that
people
squeaking,
like
that's
Putin.
playing with the ball.
If not Putin, people like Putin, because, you know, some people have a lot more power than other people. So it's better to, I think, in any situation like this, who are you going to throw under the bus? Who are you going to sacrifice? The lower hanging fruit, you know.
Also, I'm hearing that there's a lot of things they already know, that the FBI already knows.
Yeah.
So thus leads me into the second question.
Oh yeah, because of the timing of her arrest would have to coincide with them having
all kinds. So this comes out of the SDNY. Is that where they just got rid of that guy?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did Barr know this was coming up?
Oh wow, that's a good question. I'll ask.
Let me ask.
Oh yeah, I say yes. I get it. A big yes.
Because I think Barr had a lot to do. I just dropped some cards. Sorry, guys. I think Barr had a lot to do with Epstein.
Death of Epstein?
Barr visited Epstein the day before the incident occurred. And Barr also got him a working girl, a young working girl. She came into where the attorneys meet.
Oh, really?
Dressed really nice. They said she was really young. But she could have been young and 24, you know. And he was in there with her. So Barr granted a wish for him.
Ah, yeah, like his last meal.
But you know, Epstein probably threatened out loud. I don't know if this gal Maxwell will threaten out loud.
That's not her way, I don't think. She's different. She's kind of his, you know, she's yin to his yang. So she's more, you know.
I definitely see her as an old woman, so I don't think anything's going to happen to her.
I can ask about that. She'll survive this, yes, even if she does do some jail time. But yeah, there's bitterness there, a lot of failure. Where are your cards?
They're right in front of me.
Oh, sorry. What do you? I thought you were still picking.
Every time I start to read on Barr, they keep flying.
Oh, well, maybe we need to shield ourselves with light, because he is a dark one
of the Christ consciousness around me.
We need that, because when I read on him and started to get into his stuff, you know, through my guides, it was horrible. It was so dark, you know. And that's why he's hard to
show dark cards.
Yeah, he's just this bloated kind of vehicle for dark energy, really, and just this hatchet man. He would do anything. He's like mafia, who, you know, not even the head of the mafia, but the henchman, the one who you send to, you know, whack somebody, and he'll just go and do it.
He's fortune's fate. He's going to suffer because of this.
Oh, well, yeah.
Something with keeping his dad's good name. Some stuff's going to happen with this.
Yeah.
He's fortune's fate. So it's like bad news is coming in for him. His whole universe switches.
Wow. That's amazing.
And I think that's why he wanted to fire that guy. But this guy threw one over on him and was able to get that other gal to keep handling it.
Yeah. His deputy, or the person just underneath him.
Right. Yeah. So now so we know that there's some, and now I just heard Cohen says his book will be out in September. I think that's what I said. I thought his book was coming out September, October.
Yeah.
So trust me, this is going to take a little longer, though. It doesn't feel like snap. Trump is going no matter what. I don't think she's the woman that brings him down as president.
Who should, Ghislaine? Ghislaine? No. It's a cumulative event with that that chips away. When I asked my guides in the past, like, what's going to bring this down, they just showed like snipping little wires or snipping little threads underneath, like death of 1,000 cuts. So I think it's not just one thing that brings him down, but many, many different things, and to the point where he just the support that he has is gone. You know, he didn't get the presidency by himself. He was, you know, placed in there
Right.
by very powerful forces. And if that goes, then he's got nothing.
Right.
Because that's he doesn't have a base that's going to get him in there, you know. Like, and he didn't before. Putin put him in there.
Right.
And he's not going to have that.
Right.
Oh yeah, which reminds me, when I asked my guides, like for this time with you on your show, what they wanted to say about Trump was two things. One, that he's regressing mentally right now, because there's so much is going wrong for him. He can't be at his rallies and I don't even know. I'm going to ask you about the Yosemite. Do you think that's going to happen? A big fire, you know, with those fireworks potentially. But they say that he is like becoming childlike, where he's now eating macaroni and cheese and watching Hawaii Five-0 reruns, which he loves, and eating Captain Crunch.
Hawaii Five-0?
The reruns. He's like watching reruns of shows he used to watch as a child. So
you mean the old black and white Hawaii Five-0?
I'm not sure. They said the whole, like, it would be something like Nickelodeon, where they'd have black and white and the color, like the whole thing, like shows like that. That's not like the only one. He's in this childlike mode where because he needs comfort. So he's just kind of harkening back to that time when he was a child and he was just watching television and eating macaroni and cheese. Basically, that's where he's at. So that was one thing. And it's really like the White House is just running, you know, like it does anyway, but on its own, because he's hardly available. And then the other thing was that, and we talked about this, that Putin did tell him that he knew about the bounty.
Yeah, that's what my next question was going to be.
Yes, and that Putin, they talked about it. He knew about it. It wasn't a surprise to him.
My hit was, and I said this on my video, my hit was that Putin said he would pay for Americans to be hit, and then Trump would invite the Taliban at, where was he going to bring him? At the other White House, the one that Obama used to love to go to.
Camp David?
Camp David. He was going to invite the Taliban to Camp David to discuss the details, how they were going to make him look like a hero.
Yeah, I didn't. When you told me that, we discussed it. I didn't know that. I hadn't thought of that at all.
So I definitely feel that this was planned for the sake of making Trump look good and that's all he thinks about, to be re-voted in.
Oh yeah, everything's about that, because he doesn't want to go to jail. I mean, he doesn't want to go to prison, and he's in so much trouble. So that's the only thing that saves him is either that, or, you know, splitting, going to Bahrain or wherever, you know.
So my question to your guides is this particular incident that's taken place really going to amplify people standing down from him?
I think it already is, just in terms of what I've seen. But I will ask. I'll ask them. So.
Thanks.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, especially the military.
I was going to say, it feels like military families are pissed.
They're just like people who were total, you know, Trump supporters, thought he stood for America. It's just so much.
But here's the deal. Okay, so you didn't read the documents, or you saying you didn't know. He knows now, and he still does nothing because it's a hoax.
And what does it say about his presidency that he wouldn't read those documents? That's horrible. That's just as bad. A president who doesn't read briefings.
Wait, you know, he doesn't like to read.
That's insane. That in and of itself does not excuse it.
That means but we don't want to get him upset because it's about Russia. What a little pansy ass.
Yeah, so that's even as bad, I think. In this instance, claiming ignorance is not helping him.
Right.
It just means that he doesn't know what the hell he's totally incompetent. There's nobody driving the ship.
Here he is. I just threw on him. What did your guide say? Oh my God. Yes, absolutely yes, it's going to bring him down, and the demon too. Holy cow. So people are getting depressed with him.
Depressed, you mean? No, the ones.
Well, and also they're going to be able to prove the money trail.
Yeah. Yeah, because that decision's coming out, right? When is that decision?
Monday.
Oh, by the Supreme Court.
Monday.
Oh,
Today's
yeah.
Thursday. Girlfriend, I saw my garbage truck, not that people want to hear about it, but 6 o'clock this morning, there it goes. And I'm thinking, it's only Wednesday. Why is the garbage man here? I, honest to God, I even called them. They weren't open. You know what? I don't understand why your garbage truck is coming on a Wednesday. And I'm thinking, I see the neighbors have their stuff. And then I realized, oh, shoot, today's Thursday.
Mercury retrograde.
Oh my God, girlfriend. I told you about my refrigerator.
Yeah. There's so many different things. I say it's bananas.
So when is Mercury going forward?
I don't know. Sometime, maybe the 16th of July. I don't honestly, comments below, please, somebody find out for us, because I don't know.
Because I'm not a astrologer. I ask people's birthdays when I'm reading. So if they show up, I can tell who they are in the spread.
Yeah.
I'm not it's a different language for me. I respect astrologers. There's some good ones out there too.
Yeah. Oh, there's amazing astrologers out there. Yeah.
So where do you want to go, girlfriend?
In terms of what to ask?
Yeah. I'd love to know, if you don't mind. Sorry,
you go ahead, because
if you have a minute. And did you already do a past life thing on Barr?
Yeah. Oh no, did I do one on Barr? I cannot remember. I did a video on Barr, but whether I did a past life or not, I don't think I did. But I could be wrong. I don't think I did.
Because we need to do that. We need to see who the hell he was.
Yeah, it's scary to go into that arena of things.
He feels like a joker. Like he may have been the court's joker or something.
Oh, I've got to ask here. So what I get is the Spanish Inquisition. And what I get is he was some kind of chancellor to Ferdinand and Isabella. And he would have presided over those horrific interrogations.
Oh, that sounds like him.
Yeah, that would have been Barr. He would have been over that and enjoying it. And they were so, the Spanish Inquisition. Yes, I think that's what he was. I'll have to research and see if I can find out a historical figure who would fit him. And he in his puffery, like in his so much gold, so much greed, equal to Columbus and the people who came in and slaughtered the so the Mayans.
Yeah.
So that's what my guys are showing me, and they'll tell me who he. I'll research later to see if I can find out exactly. But I see him in that kind of like frill of collar, and very kind of in a. Oh, I'm asking about his body type, and very not looking as soft. Like he looks like kind of like a dark Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Well, I definitely saw him as a jester.
Well, maybe it's possible. I don't know. I mean, I'm just looking at that life, not another. But in that lifetime, he did play that role somewhat, because you had to with them. You had to just be a yes person with them. I mean, they had so much power, and the way that he inveigled himself into their court and into their I want to say approval, and into the power that he had, was the only way he could have done that would have been having that kind of, just like now, having that personality where he looks like he's just this kind of mild guy, and he's like affable and whatever, but he's just evil in reality, and he's dangerous too.
I'd be curious to what, because he must have had another walking with Trump.
Another what?
Another life with Trump.
Oh yeah. Oh, he did. Yeah.
Look at that later. But.
Was that the lifetime? I saw a lifetime with Trump where he was an executioner during that time. Like he was the executioner. That was his work. Maybe that was that lifetime. So you have the chancellor who's overseeing the inquisitions and the executions, which are beyond our what we can fathom in terms of how horrific they were. And I did see Trump as just being the man who did it. That was his
Wow.
job. Yeah, I remember.
So
Yeah.
listen, ask your pendulum, but I
Okay.
just asked if they will impeach Barr or at least begin the process. And I got hell
Oh,
yeah.
oh hell yeah! I get yes too. I hear my guides. Yeah,
I get hell yeah.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. And there's so much. I mean, oh my God! Can you imagine all the investigations that are going to be going on and all the trials? Like when Biden gets in.
Biden steps in. Oh, and I guess I told people it's only 3 months, 3 days, but I guess it's 4 months, 3 days. I'm wishing for time to fly by before we vote.
Oh, who isn't?
And you know that guy from Georgia, what's his name? Norville, or what's his name? He's from Georgia. He's the bald guy that worked with Clinton.
Oh, James Carville?
Carville.
Yeah.
He today on MSNBC, he did say that that Biden's going to win by a landslide.
Yeah. Okay.
He's the one that scared me. I'll never forget. I was sitting in the parking lot at Sonoma State, and I had the news on, and they had a the political debate. And remember how bad Biden was looking?
Oh yeah, I do.
It was like because I remember thinking Biden would be the one, but I was like, no, because it was an older man coming in. And he said, and I remember being frightened because I listened to this guy. He's pretty dead on. And he said, you know what, Democrats, you're about ready to get your ass whooped. You guys need to pick a person and you need to stick with it and throw everything behind it. And I remember feeling that fright in my gut because it's like, dear God, are you telling me? Because if it was Elizabeth Warren, Trump would have eaten her up alive.
Yeah.
The good news is that they're all saying lazy Biden. The good news is he doesn't have to do anything because Trump's doing it to himself.
Yeah, it's great. It's divinely meant here because Biden, every step of the way, everything, the doors have just fallen open for him.
I know.
Kind of, it's just been.
Well, when I looked at him and I talked about it on my thing, I could see an illumination around him.
Yeah,
like being guided by something far greater than this.
I feel it. Yeah, and he's going to open the door for so many progressives, so many women. That are going to be his advisors, and it's going to be great. I'm so excited about it.
And I do see him working across the table.
Oh yeah, because he's got that personality. Of course, he'll do that.
So my question to you is, or your guides, is this bounty thing the knife that goes right through Trump?
In terms of it being the deciding factor, in terms
right, or is it cumulative?
I will ask. They're saying again, it's cumulative, but this is a pretty big part of the, imagine there's just a heap of like rubble. This is a pretty big piece of that, a big boulder. Some are smaller, but it's just eroding him more and more and making him look so foolish. And for some reason, the way that because they just reminded me of, the tweets he's been tweeting with the pictures of the white supremacists, those like that couple with like, I don't know, AK-47s or whatever they had. That's I mean, if anything, he just is his own worst enemy with that. Because it's making it worse. This is so tone deaf, this time where, Black Lives Matter, and we have to discuss these things. We have to be honest about ourselves as Americans and our history. And the majority of people are wanting that. And then here he comes and he posts the most vile, racist, white supremacist things he can. So that in and of itself, he's so desperate. Because yes, the KKK, the white supremacists, those guys, yeah, they're with him. He's never going to lose.
And they'll never drop him. But there's less of them than there are of us.
They're tiny. They're a tiny group of people. So he's just like shooting himself in the head. So, and there's some other things he's been tweeting too, right? So so when these things come up, that's gonna, I guess why my guides are showing me that's bringing him down too. If he's not bad enough, he's bringing himself down because
right. And even if people around him are begging him not to do that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you can't walk back from that.
I even
He
see
said,
Barr clenching, like he just won't quit.
no, no. He's dancing to his base, but he's so, I don't know, I want to say stupid, or blind or whatever, that he doesn't realize his base is just shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. So
Right.
yeah, and then the
And then
COVID
he's got
thing
his
too.
press secretary. He's the most informed person on the planet Earth. God
Oh,
bless
that's
her.
it's so great.
Here's the deal. It ruins her. I mean, there may be certain groups that will put
Yeah.
up with her, but I just feel it ruins her.
Oh, the Fox News, that the blonde, that
No,
one.
his press secretary, the blonde press secretary.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't she come from Fox News?
Oh, was she from? I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, I think she was from. I'm not sure.
I also know that Twitter will take Trump down after he loses because he's going to try to start chaos.
Oh yeah,
And then they'll shut him down
yeah.
because he's not president anymore.
Oh, another thing. Did you hear or see about Kellyanne Conway's daughter?
No, what?
Oh my God, her 15-year-old daughter is totally like tweeting and blogging like against Trump.
Like her dad, like the dad?
Yes. She's got like a mega amount of followers, and she's been interviewed like recently, like, do you support your mother's policies? And she said no. she's a total supporter of Black Lives Matters and those kinds of things. And yeah.
God bless her. Well, that's who's going to save us is the youth.
Yeah.
The youth are going to come, because remember with Hillary too, the youth didn't come out and vote.
No, they didn't.
And it's going to be the youth that says enough. They're the ones that came out in 2018, and women. And they're the ones that's going to hit the ground running. And I don't care how much they cheat. It's going to be by such a landslide he loses. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Oh, did we? And I cannot remember now. Did we talk about Mary
Trump's book? Yeah. I talked about her yesterday, and I said, yeah, she's going to be able to publish her book. And sure enough, the judge said,
that's one book I'd love to read.
I already pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
And Cohen's book is coming out the end of September. Oh, of course, they'll try to stop it. They'll try to stop it.
Yeah, they will. All the money that they pay out to these attorneys. Are we paying for that? Trump's attorneys?
I think so. I think when we see how much money we pay, I see somebody doing investigation, maybe with the New York Times, just on the money that we spent on this president. And it's going to be astronomical.
Oh my
he
God.
acted like he did us a favor by not getting a salary. Oh, he got a salary, all right, under the table. By all the Secret Service and all the golf trips, and his family living like kings. Did you notice, not that I should talk, but Trump, Pompous, and Barr, all three of them got almost morbidly obese.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that goes back to what my guides were showing me about eating all that macaroni and cheese and probably pizza and whatever food that's, so he is chowing down. That's how he that's
nervousness.
His drug. Yeah, that
is a form of stress. I know that's how, when I gain weight, it tends to be stress related.
Yeah, and I haven't been seen pictures of Barr lately, so I can't comment on that. But I wouldn't be surprised because he looks so unhealthy. I got that he's got allegedly anyway prostate cancer. That would be his
coloring is of someone that's sick with something.
Green. It's like it's a little
it's a weird color, and he does not look healthy. And his whole family works in that White House.
Yeah.
His sons-in-law's daughter, everybody works in the White House. So he's out there plugging away, keep that president in so his family can have their jobs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
and
dark.
Alleged prestige. Barr will go down in history as a slimeball.
Oh yeah, just a henchman, like a mafioso henchman.
So will Pompeo, all of them. They will go down in history. And even those people like Kelly, and Bolton, they're never going to be heroes.
Oh no! Oh my God!
They didn't stand up to the plate and
Did you
and
mention
say,
Pompeo with Barr and Trump? Is that the third person about their weight?
yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was trying to remember, and I
I
haven't seen.
call him pompous.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's
But he
another
was on the
slime
news the
ball.
other day with a collar around his neck, and it was like that.
Yeah.
There was so much fat.
The vice of gluttony in every
And
single way.
why does Trump only wear a blue suit with a black, red tie? What's that about?
I don't know. Probably the Republican red, white, and blue thing, but yeah, I guess, yeah. Oh, my guys are saying he has no dress sense at all. Like, I
Really?
think the total opposite of Obama. You know how Obama's so
Well,
handsome.
Obama looked good. Yeah, he looked
Yeah,
good.
he always looking good. But Trump is like completely, he doesn't have that aesthetic.
Right.
So he has somebody dress him and he just wants to be this generic, because he's not really that person. You know, he's dressing up as a president, but he doesn't identify with that except for the power. He doesn't care about this country. You know, he's not presidential. So he really needs somebody to create this, you know, I want to say projection, or this a facsimile of a president. That's why he dresses like he does. This is what a president should look like. So somebody makes that decision for him.
Right.
But he doesn't have the internal aesthetic ability to do that.
And
Yeah.
his power to run those Republicans into the ground will be less now. Because apparently people were afraid that because of him, they wouldn't get voted back in. Maybe in the red states, but it feels like his power is leaving him.
Well, I think that what I'm hearing, or maybe I'm just thinking, is I'll ask my guides, but the COVID.
The what?
The amount of people dying from the COVID virus and the economy being destroyed because there's no leadership and people feeling betrayed, because it's now it's in all the Trump states, and it's getting worse, and that is going to be a big deal with bringing him down. People just not,
especially the mothers of the husbands, the mothers of the children and or parents, whatever. Females are more likely to say, oh, hell no.
Yeah, just disappointment. And it's the economy.
The economy's going down again, unfortunately. We're going to have a little drop.
This early opening and the mess up of it. So he can't put that on Obama. It's going to be something that they really attribute to him, or tribute to him. And, you know, the money, it's all about the money. And so that's what I'm hearing too. Yeah.
Well, girl, our time was up. It flew by.
It really did.
I just, I didn't really write down anything. I just knew we would because if we talk online like this, we talk on the phone, I knew we would come up with some good stuff.
Yeah. Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know. So, all right, you guys, we say hello, and I'll put the link. What's your address again?
So my YouTube is Melissa Free Range Psychic. My Facebook page is Sacred Fire Psychic Readings. My email is SacredFirePsychicReadings@gmail.com. And I can give my phone number too, because it's dedicated to my business, and it's 734-773-9758. And I know if you guys have landlines, you don't do texting, but I'm telling you that for anybody who does, please text me instead of call me, because I can respond really quickly to a text, but to a call, I have to allot a certain amount of time.
I get a lot of messages, a lot of phone calls. So
yeah, so
it's easier if I see a text. Yeah.
Yeah.
Namaste, my friend.
Namaste.
So Facebook is Sacred Fire Psychic.
Thanks.
Huh?
Facebook is, I'm sorry for having such a long title, but Sacred Fire Psychic Readings. And that's plural.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye, everybody.